Hey guys, we're going to be going back for one more clear on Scorn of the Genies Advanced, at least for a while. So this time we're going to be going for a full budget run. No STMRs, cheap gear, cheap units, a 5-man team. The only thing this kind of sort of requires is a copy of King Behemy. He does not need to be geared well, but King Behemy with his auto cover is kind of important for the strategy. Now, if you don't have King Behemy, Neovision's Awakening C card gets auto cover physical as well in the future, so you can use the strategy in a few weeks when we eventually get C cards Neovision's Awakening. But or you could also use a friend Behemy if you want to bring your own DPS. So we're going to be using a friend Ibarra to carry the fight. I'm bringing my own Ibarra in the friend slot, so I don't have to ask a friend for a custom build. But a friend Ibarra is really all you need. Now, we're not going to get the 8-turn clear mission. We're definitely going to be a slower clear, but we're going to get 2 out of the 3 missions complete with this team using very cheap gear. So Behemy, in the base form, you want to gear him with as much HP and defense as possible, with as many auto buffs as you can. It's really important that he has auto protect from some source in the base form. And if you have it, a copy of Alexander or Hallowed Age of Charlotte's STMR is really, really good for the autocast general mitigation. But I don't want to use STMRs, we're not going to use that. But if you had that, it would make this even easier. But we're going to go with Behemy. This is only TMR or below, no STMRs. Oh yeah, and give him a source of auto regen if possible. All of this just makes it a little bit safer. You don't require all this, but it's helpful. So there we go. We're never going to shift with him. He's going to die every turn, so that's fine. His auto cover is going to be what we rely on for the most part. Alright, Veritas of the Heavens is going to be our Provoker. Now, he's chosen because he absorbs Wind element, so we can completely skip gearing what is, in my opinion, the hardest element to gear for between Fire, Dark, and Wind. There's a whole bunch of sources of Fire and Dark resist. Wind resist is a little bit less common, so we're using him to provoke, and every single turn, do that. Now, it is important that your Ifrit has the Provoke skill learned. Most people probably don't have Provoke learned on Ifrit. They probably have it on Golem, but Golem gives you doesn't give any resistance to help. Now, if you can gear your tank or your Provoker in enough resistances or passive provoke, that's totally great as well. But if we're not using STMRs, it's kind of harder to gear and the resistance needed. So we've got 250 to Fire and Dark, and Wind can be completely ignored with him. Now, we are using one STMR. I'm using Nyx's Dagger. This can be replaced because this is chosen because it was just given for free like a week ago. So I think this is kind of okay to use in like a budget run. We were literally just given a free copy of Nyx's Dagger. But anyway, 250 to Fire and Dark. Heaven Veritas can ignore Wind. If you're using someone else, they need Wind resist as well. He's going to just provoke on Golem every single turn. He might like use a Phoenix down or something if things go wrong, but or an Ifrit. But all he's going to do every single turn is use the 100% provoke on Ifrit. We need someone to revive the tank every single turn, or re-raise the tank every single turn. We're going to use Myra to re-raise every turn. She can also do things like AoE raise if something goes wrong. She can do mana regen to help out the mana. So we gave her just some Spirit, some MP fill, and that's basically it. You can replace her with anyone, like Neovision's Aerith works fine, Lotus Mage Fina would work, etc. We're going to use someone to chain with the friend. So you need to give them Irene's Ring and a source of Thundega. Now we're choosing Daughter of Destiny Vanille to be our breaker as well. We need this slot to be the breaker and the chainer. So other good options would be something like King Bradley could do this as well. If you gave him Thundega from another source, like the Thunder Shield or something. But you want them to be able to AoE chain Thundega with Quadcast, which is the Irene's Ring. And they need to be able to break every 4th turn. They're going to do a break. So we're going to use her LB to break, which is an 85% AoE break for 4 turns or better. It costs 27 crystals. We've given her maxed LB per turn, so she's going to have her LB always ready on the 4th turn. And on the 1st turn, we'll use her cooldown, which does the same thing. So again, you can replace her with any AoE breaker that can break on 1 turn and then chain on the other 3 turns. And then the friend we're taking is Ibarra. I can't show the gear because it's my Ibarra. I'll show you in the fight. I'll show you the Ibarra's gear. The Ibarra is going to be just a really well-geared Ibarra. I've obviously geared the friend slot in the best gear possible. Let's go ahead and show the Ibarra build. So the Ibarra has double hand, spirit killer, chain cap increase. There we go. Mine's got 4,800 magic. Maxed fairy killer, chain cap boost. One key thing is mana regen. Ibarra's been using a lot of mana, so mine's got things like Creo, Scrunchy, and her own TMR to help refill mana. And we're going to use mana regen on Myra as well. Okay, so Behemy, any turn Behemy is alive, he's just going to guard to take less damage from these enemies. Brutus of the Heavens is going to provoke every single turn. That's pretty much it. Myra is going to re-raise the tank every turn. So we're going to behind the scenes on Behemy. And then we're just going to do audition to fill mana for the chainers. So this first turn, we're going to go ahead and define Destiny to AoE break. And Ibarra will allure and then start stacking Arashi. We're not going to chain yet. So we're going to be doing a rotation of break and setup every 4th turn, and then chain for 3 turns, and then repeat. It's going to be a very, very easy rotation, and most of this fight is going to be just repeating. So Behemy's going to super die here. We didn't use all his buffs. He's going to re-raise and come back, and there we go. So he's going to now guard the HP, like glitches, little HP bar. He's now going to guard, again, pretty much every single turn, and Myra's going to re-raise him. We're going to provoke with them, and now we're going to start chaining. We're going to go ahead and use Izuma for the killer, and then just triple cast or quad cast Wave Awaken, and we're going to do a Thundega. And we're going to just basically chain for 3 turns. So we're going to chain. We're not going to get the 8-turn clear in. This will be a little bit slowish. Ibarra is currently still stacking up as well, so her damage will go up over time. And Ibarra provides her own 120 Thunder Imperil, by the way. Okay, and that's pretty much the entire clear. We're going to do this literally for the remainder of the entire fight. Behemy is going to die every turn, and he's going to re-raise. And then the attacks on Heaven's Veritas, as you saw, he absorbed most of them. He immuned the others. We just repeat these. Ibarra's Magnus is now done, so she's now just going to Arashi 4 turns. And we just chain. We just keep it going every single turn, and we're going to slowly win. We're going to re-raise cheese with Behemy. And Behemy being able to guard every single turn makes this a lot easier to do it this way. You could also do the same strategy with like Gabranthal if they're tanky enough to survive the first like wave of hits. But Behemy is the most safe because sometimes it's possible your tank dies twice, and if that happens, we can just raise, etc. But we're good. So just keep going. Behemy just guards every turn. The auto cover takes care of it. We just chain this. So this is the 3rd turn of chaining. Like I said, the rotation is going to be 1 turn of setup followed by 3 turns of chaining. So next turn will be a setup turn again. So we're going to have Behemy die here. Come back with the re-raise. And Behemy's back. All the absorbed millions of damage on Dark. So this turn, turn 5, we're going to actually, now that I think about it. What am I doing? Actually, they're still broken and all, so we're going to go ahead and chain it. If your breaker is only a 3-turn breaker, then we would recast Debilitating Allure here, but because Vanille breaks for 5 turns in total, we can do another turn of chaining here. So let's go ahead and do this. Chain this up. And next turn we'll reapply breaks with her LB, and then Ibarra will do Allure again. As you see, Ibarra's mana is slowly going down, but next turn we're going to just cast a cooldown, and she'll regenerate quite a bit. Alright, so Behemy is tanking this pretty well with no STMRs. Well, you know, re-raise tanking it. He's not died twice yet, which is nice. I'm kind of wanting to so I can show you how to recover that. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead this turn. As you see, Ibarra's quadcast is gone, so she's just going to cast Debilitating Allure to unlock it again. That also re-imperils Thunder. And we'll use the LB on Vanille to re-break everything by 85%. And we go back to chaining. We're going to be chaining for 4 more turns. Behemy, go ahead and tanks. He dies. Is he going to die twice? Nope, he didn't. Okay, well, this is going well. Alright, so we just reload these, and then we're going back for 4 more turns of chaining. We, Fundego 4 times with a support unit. Ibarra is back at full mana, so she's just going to Arashi 4 times. And we keep it going. So we're about to miss the 8-turn clear. But we're going to get a clear in. If I had to guess, what are the other genies are not weak to thunder. Yeah, they're taking a while to die, so it's gonna be like a 20-turn clear or something. But you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. I might cut the video because like we're just repeating literally every turn for the entirety of the fight. We're gonna go ahead and record until Shaitan dies, and then we'll stop recording for a moment until we get closer to the end. So we just reload these. Chain it up again. So I mean, this is a really lazy mode clear because like other than every 4th turn or every 5th turn where we reapply breaks and the cooldown, we just push repeat and chain every turn, or push reload and chain every turn. It's real easy. Now we do need to summon an Esper at some point as well, so make sure you don't forget that. We'll go ahead and summon it with Veritas of the Heavens this turn because his provoke lasts for 3 turns, so we don't have to cast it every turn. Technically, I'm just doing that for the for the lazy modus. But there we go. We've summoned that Esper, so we've done all missions at this point. Well, two out of 3 missions. We already failed the turn count mission. But yeah, we're just letting the Ibarra friend carry. Now, if you've got a better Ibarra friend than mine, like for example, mine is using like Godri's TMR, which is terrible for mages, but it is still better. Like if I had Peacekeepers or something, or the Ibarra was like EX3 or whatever, it'd be a lot quicker, but, you do what you can. This is showing that you don't really need a super whaled Ibarra or anything. Just, the better the Ibarra, the quicker it'll be. But we're not doing the turn count mission anyway, so going to a turn, 244, it still wouldn't change anything. So we're going to put Heavens back on Provoke, and then we're just going to chain again. So I guess Shaitan is going to die here. So at this point, the damage will go down on Behemy. He might even start surviving some turns. I don't know. We're going to see. Let's see what happens. I haven't actually tested it to the point where 1 dies yet. And the other 2 are, yep, still pretty even in health. We're using all AoE attacks, so they're dying relatively same together. Alright. I don't think he's going to survive. I think he's still going to die. He did still die. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So the fight has not changed. The fight is still going literally identical as it's been going for the entire time. So we just reload these. As you see, Ibarra's quadcast has worn off, so we're going to Debilitating with her. That's also the cue to LB with Vanille to reapply the brakes. And then we go back to 4 or 5 more turns of chaining. And yeah, I guess we're almost done at this point. It's not taking quite that long. So instead of cutting the video, I'll just record the entire thing from start to finish. You'll just hear me rambling on. But let's go ahead and reload all these. We're going to set the DPS back to chaining, being carried by Ibarra, the craziest global exclusive ever designed. I guess units like Esther and all, during their release were also equally insane for a long time. Esther did really, trivialize the entire game for, 5 months? So, Ibarra is not super unique in the fact that she's just insane. But okay, turn 12, we're at 30%. And keep it going. Let's go. Damage time. Just chain every turn. Super easy, super lazy. So we're doing what? 8% a turn. So yeah, we're gonna win around turn 17, I guess. Although we have to use 1 more turn for breaks and cooldowns and all. So I guess we're gonna win around turn 18. All right, let's go ahead and just repeat these. Quadcast is still unlocked for Ibarra, so we just keep it going with the chaining. Yeah, so the one big catch, like I said, with the Ibarra is you want to make sure that the Ibarra has enough mana regen, because mine is using the most, best in slot Ibarras for this trial will be skipping her TMR for that mana regen right there, and they're probably not using things like Creole Scrunchy to boost her MP pool. So you got to kind of watch it. Like if you get like a EX3 full DPSC bar, they might do more damage, but she might run into mana problems. On the other hand, Veritas of the Heavens does have free turns, 2 out of 3 turns. We're provoking every turn just for laziness, but he can use other things. So like if the bar friend is getting really low on mana, you could drop an elixir, not a problem. It would top her off. You would probably only need at most 1 elixir for the entire fight before she ran dry, and you'd be fine. And if you're using like a stronger bar than mine, it would be a quicker fight as well. So you'd probably win like turn 14 or something. But we're gonna win maybe next. I think actually next turn we have to break and all. So we're gonna win on turn 17, like I kind of predicted originally. Yeah. Yeah, I think this turn the quadcast and all has worn off. So yeah, it has. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna reset up again. Make sure you always break. You might be tempted. Oh, we're just gonna do a triple cast and finish it. No. If you don't break the enemies, they're gonna take like 0 damage. You have to break them always. So, Vanille had to break that turn. But okay, so yeah, so turn 17 should be the victory. Very simple clear. We missed the speed clear, but overall it was very smooth, very easy. It does rely on a tank to tank it the way we did with Behemy with the re-raise spam. And this should be the clear. Now if they if one of them survives, then I will like reset the turn and time it better. There we go. Okay. 17 turns, 2 out of 3 missions, super budget run. We used no STMRs whatsoever. We used some 5-star. We used a 4-star unit even, or is that a 3-star? Is Veritas of the Heavens a 3 or a 4-star base? I think it's a 4-star base. Anyway, we used janky Myra. I pulled 17 of her. It's time to get her some use. And then Behemy. So Behemy, that might maybe have worked with. Like, cause he actually never died twice. We could have maybe used something like Gladiolus or what's his name, Gabranth to do that. I don't know if Gabranth or Gladiolus would have worked doing the same job. They might have. You can give it a try if you don't have Behemy. But Behemy definitely works, as you saw with no STMRs. Did it totally fine. So okay, there's the budget run. So I will see you guys next time.